Greetings, fellow humans. Dave here. Welcome to my brain. Today I'm going to talk about exporting a terrain from World Creator 2 into Unreal as a tiled landscape. This is roughly take 17. Learned a bit along the way, and while I'm going to try and make this one really quick, I'm going to include about a 20-minute long previous attempt where I learned quite a few things, and hopefully you'll learn a bit along the way as well. So we're going to start with a terrain in World Creator 2, and I've been trying to do an 8K terrain, but things keep dying on me, so we're just going to do a 4K. I'm going to randomize it a little bit, something interesting. Good enough. And we are going to make it a little more interesting by adding a filter. And I think we'll just do mountain range. Nice and simple, but interesting. All right. So then once you've got your terrain done, we're just going to cover getting your terrain tiled into Unreal. We're not going to do texturing or copying that all over. So just going to export surface. And these are the settings you're going to want. You want terrain height map. You don't want raw. Raw has a problem where it doesn't create square tiles. And as such, Unreal will not allow you to import anything. The button's grayed out. You could get rid of the tiles that are at fault, but then your tiles load out of order and you get pretty nasty results. So I'm going to use PNG 16. Probably any of the other formats will probably work well. This is what I'm using. Best fit is good, no idea what cutoff does, and make sure you're set to Unreal. Make note of this number because it has an impact on how your world is represented in Unreal. If the scale is left at 100 in Unreal, then this mountain, I believe, will be a bit taller, bringing that 71 to 100. That makes sense. Either that or it's going to be squished down to 71% of 100, and you don't want that. So remember that number so you can set it in Unreal and get the proper perspectives on things. Next, you want to make sure that you have Flip Y enabled. That orients the terrain within Unreal properly. Sorry for the hiccup. And then you want to split because we don't want to be importing everything all at once. We want the world to be able to get tiled as we play and be able to work on small sections of it at a time. So we split it, but we can't split it into your normal computer-based multiples like 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096. No, we have to use Unreal's numbers, and those are listed at this document here, which I will make a link to down below. And they're these sizes here, right? So depending on the size of the terrain you're doing, pick an option that is best suited for it. Because we are doing a 4K, I'm going to use 1009, and that will give us 4 sections along each side, and hopefully actually allow it to load this time. 1009 is what Unreal's number is. Don't hit the X, don't hit the Y. This is not the Y that you want to flip. This is the Y you want to flip. Make sure you include the border because when your tiles are laid out, if you don't have the border, there's going to be a gap between them. You don't want that, right? Now, go to Export. Find a nice folder for these to live in. I am going to empty this one. All right. Exporting. Now here you can see, oops, wrong window. Come on. You can see it's exporting the files. And we've got these edge pieces here. Those aren't going to look good. I believe these are the ones that are getting corrupted when exporting to RAW. But you need to load them in anyways. Otherwise, the other pieces just aren't going to line up properly. So now we've got them exported. Let's go over to Unreal. Remember 7134. All right. Now, in Unreal, you want to make sure you've got your levels. This is just the default demo third person level. Make sure you got your levels window open. When you first open it, it's going to appear somewhere else. Drag it to wherever you want it. The trick here now is that you want to use this over here under world settings. Enable world composition. This allows for the tiling of worlds, and I believe it handles the streaming as well once the game is built. But you can't just enable this right now. I'm not 100% sure why. It's just been very pointed out in the few things that I've watched, read. First, you have to come over and save your level. Then you can enable it. And it's finding some those. Yep. Delete. That's from my previous attempt. One of many. Okay. That's gone. Let's get back there. Now we can enable. No, just to be safe, we're just going to save again, just in case. Now we can enable world composition. And then under the levels drop down here, you want to choose import tiled landscape. Select the tiles. Make sure you get all of them. Hit open. And it should show you here 25 1009 by 1009 tiles for a 5 kilometer by 5 kilometer landscape. You're not done. Make sure you uncheck this flip Y coordinate. Otherwise you'll have flipped twice, and that's not good. And then grab that number 7413, 7134. Look at that. Dyslexia kicks in. 7134. Drop that in here, and you should be good. Get those importing. Didn't take too long. And I am confused. It has added 1. That is not cool. Why did it add 1? Showing that it's getting a bunch. There we go. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but it looks like we should be good now. Okay. So it's loaded them into the project, but not into the world. So we've got to get them into the world. Select them all here, right click, and choose load. Load them all in. There you go. Your terrain is now in Unreal. And these are those edge pieces. What we can do now is just select them and delete them. You're left with just the world you want. Okay, that's it. That's that. Go make something. Have a great day. Okay, greetings, fellow humans. Dave here. This little video, I'm going to attempt to show you how to export a terrain from World Creator 2 and import it into Unreal as a tiled terrain. So what I've done is I've created a default terrain here in World Creator 2. I've made it a size of 4096 by 4096. Do a little bit of randomization here. That's good enough. So once you have your terrain, and this is going to be basic, there's no texturing or anything, this is just getting the tiles in. Adding the textures and stuff is just a few more extra buttons to click. So this is the basics. Adding more, you can do yourself. This really tripped me up, and I've seen a couple other people tripped up with it, so hence the video. So then, once you've got your terrain made and you're happy with it, head on over to the export surface. Make sure you've got all these settings. Move on. Just kidding. Okay, so terrain, height map. You can also do a normal map, PNG 16 or raw. By default, it's raw. Some people have better luck with PNG 16. At first, I did not know why, but in a previous attempt at this video, I think I may understand. For some reason, at times, raw will generate non-square tiles. Unreal do not like. PNG 16 may prevent that. Further testing is required though, so don't quote me yet. In fact, in this video, we may try and find out. So, we're going to leave it at raw. Best fit is fine. I don't know what cutoff does, so we're going to ignore that. If you're on Mac, choose big endian. If you're on Windows, choose little endian. 16-bit is good, and you want to make sure you're exporting for Unreal. Also, make note of this number if you want the same results you've got here. If you leave this at 100, things will be a little taller. It will not be to scale. This makes the scale match World Creator in Unreal. All right. Now, when you first get here, it's gonna look like this. These buttons. You want to flip Y, because that has a big impact on how your terrain is oriented in Unreal. I don't know what project precision means, but we're going to leave that checked because it was when we got here. But since we want to load it as tiles, so that it doesn't all load in at once, but instead streams as you run around on it, we want to split it up. And Unreal uses weird numbers. We're gonna have to go with weird numbers. They're not your normal computing numbers. 512, 1024, 2048, 4096. Nope, they've gone and done their own thing. Imagine it has something to do with the process of tiling. But we're going to chop it up into 4x4. So 1009 by 1009. And if you go to their documentation, I can put a link to that down below, so find it nice and easy. You will see that they have their overall size. This column here is your tile size. When you're exporting, you want to match this, right? in some testing I've done, I did 1009, also done 2017, I've also done 4033. There doesn't seem to be much of a time benefit gained by choosing any of those. It seems to take about the same amount of time. So you make the call on that. Just note that if you do 4093, Unreal is going to try and load that whole thing in one shot. Whereas with these smaller ones, it will load smaller bits as you go, right? So these are your settings. This is what you want. From here, you push this button. This is the button we want. Export. Delete. And there. Delete the imposters you were working with before. They are no longer valid. Window. There. There we go. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so save. It will do its magic exporting bit and be done. Now, large terrains are going to take a while. The one I'm trying to get to takes about 20 minutes to import or to export. Importing it in Unreal causes everything to crash on me right now, so I gotta figure that out. Hence the smaller terrains. So anyway, we're done here. World Creator is done. Now we can move on to Unreal, and here I've just created a basic third-person game environment. I've deleted all the, well, most of the sample bits, whatever they're called. So you've got your level. You need to have your levels panel open thing here, right? When you first pick it from the window menu, it's going to be wherever it's in the mood to be. Move it to where you want it. I like it here. Highlight your level, and you want to have world composition on, but you don't want it on yet. You first have to save your level. Then you can turn it on. You could turn it on before you save your level, but you're not going to get the next option. So save, then enable. You don't know what the other options are for. You want to play with those, it's up to you. Things may not work for you though. So, you know, push buttons at your own risk. We select a level. Then we go to the menu here for levels. An import tiled landscape. We're going to go select our height map tiles. Here. Open. Now, you will notice this tile is not square. I suspect this is a spare file. This tile here is spare. It's an edge of the terrain, and you could possibly do without it. But this happened because we chose raw. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do an export of PNGs. We're going to see how that results for us. I suspect there's a generation issue. Okay, now back to Unreal. We are going to try and load the PNGs. And of course, they're every second. Also, we got manually. See how you've got your nice height map terrains here, but then you got these black ones with like a bit of an edge. I think it's those ones that are coming up not square. I'm wondering if we'll get that with these. Did I get all of them? I did. So open. No. See? All I did is change the file format. And yet this worked. So, lesson learned. Use PNGs. 16-bit. Good resolution. What did I do? Hit that button. Oh no. Canceled my selection. Don't click too fast. If you click and drag, accident, you're just gonna copy everything and you'll have twice whatever you had selected. Yeah, so, all right, good to know. Damn it. Why? Fine. Oh, it's kind of late. Could do this in the morning, but no patience. We're doing it now. Whoop. Again, still good. Now, I want it to match World Creator. So we need this 75.94 in the Z scale. Yes, I said Z and forgot what the number was. 75.94. 75.94. All right. And that's all you want here. All right. Don't know what this bit means. You learn some more about this somewhere else. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that too. For now, we're just doing the tiling. So now, we hit import. And like magic, it imports. However, while you may be of the mindset that you want your terrain to be in the world now, right? You are not so lucky. Because Unreal, in their infinite wisdom, has decided, no, you just want to add the files to your project, but you don't want to use them yet. So they've just left them over here all grayed out, right? Two ways you can get these into your game world. You can either highlight them all, right click and select load, or you can go to the summons world composition. This is funner. We're going that way. So now you can see all of those are there. One, only that one is selected. Scroll your wheel to zoom in and out. Right mouse button will let you drag around. Click on them individually. Or back over here, you can just select them all. Right? And I have forgotten the next step. Thought there was a button here. Where's the button? Oh, while we're here, if we right click and drag the gray area, we move around our view. We right click and drag on the tiles. Oh, roll. What did I do there? Ooh, interesting. Not moving. Come on, man. Work with me. Fine. Be like that. Yeah. Fun. So, yeah. Yes, just let you select the ones that you want. Shift click to select more. Looks like we still have to go the other way anyways. Thanks, Tyler. Okay, we're gonna go there. I'm gonna select those and we're gonna load them in. And look at that. Now, my camera is wicked slow. If anybody knows how to make this go faster, like why does every game on the planet pretty much allow for holding down shift to run faster, but an Unreal Engine makes the camera stop? How does that make sense? How do I go fast? Now I'm noticing something is wrong with the importing process. You're noticing too, but we're getting this. Now I don't know if that's intentional. I come back out here. Take a peek over at World Creator. This is the angle we're at, isn't it? Yeah. Current angle. So we got hilly, 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 low. Hilly, 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 low. So yeah, we got everything here. But extra. How do we have extra? This may be due to a button I clicked earlier. Don't quote me on that though. Yeah, because right now I don't know. Basically, oh, that's what this is. That's because of these extra bits. These bits here. That's what this is. So you could just ignore those, right? Delete. Delete. Now you are left with just this terrain. Right? And that's all nice. And this is the sample level. Here's our camera's fast now. Our dude, by comparison, I believe if you now open this, whoops, oh bloody hell, I broke the planet. Yeah, now you can move it around. Hold shift and left click to drag, move it around, and now your terrain is centered at the center, right? And there is our dude in our terrain. Obviously, a lot more needs to be done, but there you have it. Your terrain is now tiled in Unreal, and it is streaming, as far as I understand anyways. Can't see it doing it, but it's a small terrain. Maybe it's just all loaded in right now because the system has the power to do that. I don't know. But there you go. Give it a try. See if it works for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm also in the World Creator Discord, so check me out there. And we'll catch you later. Happy planet building.